Dear all viewers, we have today, at Hyderabad. That's the Rising with Kindness at the Kanha Shantivanam, and I have none other than from the UNCCD, and that's Miss Paula. And she's going to let us know more about the initiatives and the entire program, what is going to happen today, because it's a great contribution by the United Nations, because the entire restoration of land and forest and the nature is stands as a top priority. So what we are waiting here to know more about exactly how these initiatives have begun and what has been the kind of results so far. So let me welcome Miss Paula, welcome to India first of all, and welcome to Hyderabad. So in Hyderabad, as on today, what are the initiatives you're going to talk about, and what is the other breakout sessions you're having?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. It's truly a pleasure to be here in India, in Hyderabad, and at the Rising with Kindness conference. So, as you were mentioning, I work at UNCCD, at the G20 Global Land Initiative. And we are here to convey one simple message, and it is that land can be a land of opportunities. So, we have huge land degradation across the world, in India, but also in many countries, degraded by different reasons. And we need to restore land. We cannot continue in this trend. So, how can we do it? I want to talk to the youth and make them see that you can make your own business and your own startup in restoring land. It could be planting trees, it could be using drones or artificial intelligence and do something. And at the same time, you restore land, and at the same time, you make a living out of it. Great. So it could be agri-tech and many other things. So my session is tomorrow, and I'll be talking to these young people about land can be indeed a land of opportunities.
So we see destruction everywhere on the planet Earth, and there's nobody else responsible but we. So what I see that as, this is a great opportunity as you're going to discuss about the restoration of land, because desertification of land is really a big opportunity in terms of startups and in terms of social initiatives at the same time. I think every company who is already doing lots of CSR projects, they're also taking up certain initiatives. So what are the current identified initiatives and current executed kind of initiatives in India? Can you name any of these states? What kind of work is going on?
Yes, so the first thing that comes to mind was that India was the G20 presidency last year. So within the G20 presidency, the Indian government identified two main key priorities: wildfires and post-mining restoration. So post-mining restoration is very, very interesting because the companies in itself degrade the land in order to get the minerals, and then the land is degraded. And they have, by law, the legal obligation to restore it. But sometimes there are things that they might lack. They might lack the technical capabilities, or they might lack other things. So we came in and we are working with the Indian government in trying to help restore these lands. And I know this is a particular project in Karnataka, the state here in India, where they're trying to restore huge amounts of land destroyed because of this mining. So this is one example that comes to mind about how the government is trying to solve this issue, and also the companies are getting involved and funding these restoration processes and initiatives.
In your first answer, you said you're going to encourage lots of youth who are going, who have a scope of starting a startup or making a business out of it. I think this really interests a lot of people, because when it comes to putting an initiative, somebody always thinks of what I'm going to get in terms of profit. And if this is really a great idea, are there any startups or any companies existing in other parts of the world, or anybody else has already started in India?
Absolutely. So myself, I run a program that is a one-year program where we support startups around the world who have a business idea on land. So it can be anything from planting trees, as I said, as drones. And we have Indian startups in the program that have come in, and they get the advantage of capacity building, training programs, and mentorships. Okay. So there are already a lot of them. Actually, I came here to Hyderabad and I went to visit Manage, which is an institute here in Hyderabad, doing exactly this, supporting startups already and having training programs. And I was like, okay, how can we collaborate? I have my own global program. You are supporting startups all across India. So there are a lot of synergies, and there are a lot of things happening already. So there's many examples of successes. So we just need to keep the work and keep going.
Last but not the least, very important, if any youth who is watching this program today, and if they are unable to attend this program today, and if they want to get in touch with you or your representatives of United Nations who is focusing on to these restoration initiatives, how can they get in touch, and how will they be supported?
I think the two main things that come to mind, one is go to our website, so the G20 Global Land Initiative, and the second one is through social media. Right now, everybody is connected, and especially the youth are connected to social media. So we are very active on Instagram and LinkedIn. So drop us a message. How can I collaborate? Or I want to learn more about the startup program. How can I apply? And then we will guide you through the process. So those are the two simple actions that you can take if you want to learn more about startups or about land degradation, things that you can do in your community to help your community and your land, depending on where you're living.
With this, it tempts me to ask one more question, but last one, definitely. Suman TV, as the leader in the web media, we are, having about more than 9 crore subscribers, and we would love to partner with these social initiatives, and at the same time, we would also be ready to partner with the United Nations. If that is possible, then we would love to, help out lots of people and reach them out in the regional areas, in the villages, so that we could, because we have the solid grassroots levels. So if that is the case, we would be welcoming your initiative as a media partner. We would be more than happy to interested.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be more than happy because, sometimes I want to get that program to places where I cannot reach. And we are trying to expand this and raise awareness that, there's things that exist and we can help you connect. And so will love to partner with your media and then try to get the information to as many people as possible.
Thank you so very much for your time.
Very much. Thank you very much.